What's up, Sport Karate Zone? I'm Phillip Brumme on Team Paul Mitchell, Forms and Weapons ISKA World Champion, and I'm here to teach you how to finger roll. All right, so let's get into it. First thing you got to realize is with any trick, it's going to take a lot of practice, okay? It's not going to happen after one try. It took me a couple days of working at finger rolls to get it down. How it works is this. You have a balance point in your kama. So if you take your fingers, put one on this end, one on this end, kind of scoot them in, you're actually going to find your middle point, which should be right about here, which is right in the middle of the kama. You want to hold it about there because that means that once it's rotating, it can actually fall over your finger because that's all that's happening, right? You're turning it, you're pushing it with your fingers, and then once it gets to this point, it's just falling over the top. So a lot of people have an issue with getting their other fingers involved. So that looks something like this, right? See how I start it and then it kind of just gets caught randomly? Oh, it gets messed up, right? So we don't want that to happen, right? So we got to make sure that when we're doing it, we've got two options. We can tuck our fingers away like this. So that looks something like this, right? Kind of like a thumbs up or something like that. You can also kind of wave. So sometimes when I'm doing it in my form, whoa, right? See, it's going to, my other fingers are actually going to open up. That's what feels natural to me. You can also close them. That works for some people too. Going over your pointer finger, not your thumb. That's another thing people think of at first, is that it's actually going over your thumb. No, it's going over your pointer finger. All right. Now, if you're having a hard time with it, something that you can do is use your other hand and actually push the kama with that finger like this. The reason I think this is helpful is it gets you used to the feeling of the kama rolling over your finger, and you don't have to drop a bunch because sometimes that can be discouraging. That's how you finger roll. Now, if you want a little upgrade, instead of just doing one, you're going to let it spin a little bit more, and you're actually going to stop it with these three fingers. So that looks like this, like that, 1.5. And I actually use this in almost all of my weapons forms that I do. So it's 1.5 like that. This was the Sport Karate Zone tutorial by yours truly. I'll see you guys in the next one.